Well, we got blown off the water, so we had to come back to the cabin, and we're just gonna go through some lures and some tackle that we've been using for pike over the last couple of days here at Cree Lake Lodge.
Yeah, so important thing is make sure that you've got a sturdy rod. We've got everything up here. It's at least 7 feet long, medium heavy to heavy. These are medium heavy rods with a fast tip. They're great. I mean, we're getting some monster pike. You need a stiff rod, and you need the 7 foot length to be able to steer them around and get them to the boat. So make sure that you've got, these are Fenwick 8/0 rods. We've got both spinning and bait casting. Use what you like. It doesn't really make a difference for the pike. It's not going to help you one way or the other. Our preference is the bait casters, but spinning reels work just as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we've had some really big pike, and the backbone on these rods, the medium heavies to the heavies, and we're fishing 6 feet of water. So when these fish run, you need that backbone to kind of
running straight away from
slow them down a little bit. So it's very important.
We're using braided line. Braided line is not going to be as important right now as when the weeds get up, but braided line is great for the pike. You feel the bite, you know, especially when we're getting those. A lot of the bites we're getting are on the paws, so you're not feeling some of those pike when you're trolling. They'll hit and go the other way with it. Having the braided line with no stretch lets you feel, even on a pause, it'll let you feel that hit.
Yeah, another thing the braided line does is it lets you get a good hook set because it doesn't have a whole lot of stretch. But because it has no stretch, sometimes you can rip that hook right out of their mouth. And one thing we like to do is add a fluorocarbon leader that has a little bit of stretch. This one's about just over 2 feet long. May seem a little long, but the reason for that, this is 60-pound Berkeley fluorocarbon. We tied them up here. So the reason they are so long is because when pike hit this, and as you see, they like to hit this lure a lot. We'll talk about that, but this line gets frayed. It doesn't necessarily get to a point where, you know, it's just hanging by a thread, because this fluorocarbon is super strong stuff. But just have a look at it. If you're using this, it'll get frayed, but it's still strong. But it's just for that peace of mind. You could just snip this off and just retie and keep snipping and snipping and snipping until you get to a point where you just have to
and if you don't want to tie them yourselves, or you want the security of having one, Berkeley also sells the fluorocarbon leads, as well as we're using your standard wire leader. This is a 30-pound 9-inch wire leader. They're great, they're strong. Nice thing is pike's not going to cut through them. The only thing that you'll find is after you get 6 or 7 real big pike in a row, it ends up in a little bit of a pigtail, and you got to get rid of it. But and switch it out. Whereas the fluorocarbon, you can just cut down and keep using it. They're not going to do the same thing. But whether you like the fluorocarbon or the wire leader, they're both great. But they are essential for these big pike. I mean, without them, they're just going to snip this line.
I would recommend at least 60-pound test fluorocarbon.
All right, we'll take a look at some of the lures that we've been using, and if you watched the show at all before, you know that one of our absolute favorite patterns for big pike are the Swedish Svartzanker lures. For whatever reason, the pike absolutely goes squirrely for them. We've got a whole selection, different styles, different colors, and whatnot. This is my personal favorite pattern. It's called a parrot pattern. I think it's quickly becoming your favorite pattern as well.
It's my favorite pattern now.
This hook, believe it or not, this hook was fished for pike for about 2 hours yesterday. This was brand new out of the package. And the paint on these Svartzanker lures is some of the most durable that you'll buy on any lure. And this thing is, I mean, we got to take it to Mako when we get back. I mean, it's shot. Really nice thing is interchangeable tails. You can pull these off. You can put a different color on. Once they get, you can see this one's bit up a little bit. Once it's destroyed, you can just change it out, put a new tail on, and you know, back to new. But these are, you know, fishing big plugs is pretty standard for trophy pike, and especially in the north. But this is, you know, by far our favorite.
Some other things we've been using here, just your basic Berkeley swim bait. This is a 6-inch swim bait. It has some scent to it as well. The first fish that I caught, the first pike I caught up here was on this swim bait, and it just inhaled it. It was, you couldn't even see it. So the fish, when they're onto these swim baits, it's really fun. The paddle, it makes a nice vibrations in the water, and just drives those fish crazy.
It's always been one of our favorites for pike, and you can get them pre-rigged like Neil had, or you can get them just a plastic body and you can rig them yourself. You can get a weighted hook or a weightless.
Yeah.
Fish in top water, fish in weedless. Those are available in a variety of colors and patterns as well. And then obviously spoons has been a staple for fishing pike in the north for as long as they've been around.
Yeah.
So we've got the Len Thompson, we got the new ones, we got the dimpled series, we've got the platinum series. All of them very, very good. And we'll use these from number 4 size all the way down to, this is a Seville spoon,
Yeah.
but it's about the same size as number 2, which is great for
Yep.
pike. It's an excellent
Yep.
minnow imitator, and so big spoons. And we always say it, I mean, we use the number 2s, the Len Thompson number 2s for pike. You get a lot of fish on them, absolutely.
Yep.
Big fish, big baits,
Big number 4.
and that's why we use the monster stuff.
Yep.
I think that's about it for pike.
Yep.
Hopefully the weather is going to clear up here.
Looks like
and
it
we're
is.
going to get a chance to get back on the water today. So check out some of the stuff that we're using. Again, any questions about the tackle, any questions about the equipment that we've got, check us out on the forum, ask your questions. If we don't answer you, somebody else in the community will, or hit us up on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll see what we can do to help you out.
Yep. Sounds good.